Yeah, it was a tough encounter. We knew it was going to be an arm wrestle, and we stayed in that arm wrestle and got back into it. I thought it was a little bit of a momentum shift in the last 4 or 5 minutes, and we started to get going. But unfortunately, we've been penalised and then conceded, and the game's gone away for us. So, but I'm not taking anything away from South Africa. I thought they played really well tonight. I thought they were strong and physical. The scrum was good. They drove pretty well, and the collision stuff was good. So they went there to take us on up front. There wasn't a lot of flowing rugby played. We tried to move the ball a little bit, particularly in that first half, and then once we were in that arm wrestle, it was about some attrition. But I'm very proud of the boys in terms of never giving up and staying in there, and with a little bit of luck and a bounce of the ball, maybe things might have been a bit different.
So, Alun Wyn, sort of same reaction. What's your initial reaction to that after?
It's funny that the tighter games you play are usually attritional, like Gat says, and not until those 4 or 5 minutes towards the end did you feel out of it, or we were chasing it. We felt composed. We felt in it. We were proud to see the riposte on both occasions to come from behind. Credit to the boys. We went for the scrum and the line out and got just rewards. To come back into the game and stay there was very pleasing. And like Gat said, probably those first opportunities we had the possession. We would have liked to have done more, but like I say, when semi-final, it does become a game of chess, particularly at set-piece time, and that's what we found, and we were just a few % short today.
Warren, when the bench came on, especially Thomas Williams, it looked like you were quite threatening. Could you have maybe done anything differently, maybe done that earlier? I know it's easier said than done, but...
We brought him on after 45, 46 minutes, so we did speak about that before half time, because it was pretty slow ball. It was like I said, we needed to speed things up a little bit in terms of the ball, but that was the way that the game was being played, and South Africa made it difficult for us because they were going to the air on so many occasions, and we kind of ended up having to replicate that a little bit. So I thought it was some of the guys coming off the bench was a good experience for them in terms of what they would have learnt from tonight, and for us and for players and for Wales going forward. There's some big moments. There's 3 or 4 penalties that are key in our own half, and that's the difference between winning those close games, those tight games, and not winning them as well. So. Look, we're very disappointed, but I'm incredibly proud of what we've achieved in this World Cup and what this group of players have done, and I think we can hold our heads high and leave Japan with a lot of respect. But we've got another game still to play the All Blacks. The dream was for my first game in charge of Wales was against England, and the dream was to be at my last game, so it's not to be. But look, there's a great group of players that we've been involved with, and coaches, and we need to recover well over the next couple of days and start preparing for the All Blacks. And we've got to enjoy. We're really disappointed about tonight and not being in the final, but we've got to be proud of ourselves, and we've got to enjoy. As Robert McBride said in the changing afterwards, the 5 months that we've had together, the hard work that we've done, and what this group of players and coaches have achieved. And next Friday will be our last time together, so we've got to make sure that we enjoy this week.
Warren, in your opinion, do you think South Africa can go all the way?
If they've got the physicality to match England. I thought England were outstanding last night. So, they've got a very good chance. They might need to be a bit more expensive in terms of the way they want to play, because they had a very pretty simple game plan tonight, and using Delande in terms of from the scrums and a lot of box kicking from de Klerk and from Pollard as well. But it was very effective, and I think for them it was about making the final and doing whatever that they could to make the final. So we've seen in the previous World Cup sometimes teams play their final in semi-finals and don't always turn up for a final. So it'll be interesting to see how England are next week, but I think it should be a good game.
Warren, you spoke about the box kicks and South Africa making it difficult for you. Do you think that you could have perhaps attacked a bit more, held on to the ball a bit more, instead of also engaging in the box kicking sort of game of chess?
Yeah, I think if you look at the first half, we did shift the ball on a few occasions. We got on the edges and we got away, put George North away. We got pulled back for a forward pass, so we were looking to attack the short side a little bit as well. There we'd opened them up on a couple of occasions, but it was about just being a bit more proactive and trying to take advantage of creating some quick ball. Yeah, but that's a fair comment. I thought definitely in that first half there were chances a couple of times in the second half, and but they did a good job in terms of not allow us to get quick ball and made it difficult. But that was the message and why we got Thomas Williams on there to try and see if that could potentially change that, and the changes that we made in the side too.
Warren, you touched on the character, and the team have shown great character to find different ways to win during the tournament. Given the injuries and given the tight manner of some of those games, did it just feel like a game too far at the end? No,
it didn't, not at all. I mean, it's 76 minutes on the clock. It's 16 all, and I thought had a bit of momentum there, and we're in significantly in their half, and it's a big turnover from a breakdown where we haven't kept the ball, and from there they've been able to get a penalty from a line-out try. So I felt the longer that game went on and the more we were tired that we would get a chance and we'd get an opportunity. So it didn't feel like it was a game too far at all. It felt like we were in a real arm wrestle. It was a tough game, and to be fair, those games against South Africa that we've had in the last 5 or 6 years they've been all very, very similar. We've been in close, tight encounters that could have gone either way, and congratulations to South Africa. I mean, they're the ones who came out on top tonight.
Alun Wyn, what are your emotions after that? How difficult was it to take, and what was your message to the players at the end?
Probably my face tells the story, I think. Hurting, obviously disappointed, but we still got an opportunity. Obviously selection dependent, as it always is, to make a bit of history. Another opportunity, like I say, and we've got that as sticking carrot, if you like. There's no real consolation in anything, but it is what it is. We move on. We make the most of the next opportunity to put this red jersey on that means so much, not only to the group of 31 we've got, but to the nation back home and the support that we've had from around the globe.
Hi Warren, commiserations. You've obviously had your family out here for all 4 members of the family here together. How special has that been in this part of your career coming to the end with Wales, but also how key a part will they play in terms of helping you get over the personal disappointment of tonight?
Yeah, they'll be important for lots of reasons. Look, we're disappointed. I mean, I've been more disappointed in other games in my career where you haven't given 100%, or the team just hasn't fronted on the day. But I can't ask any more of these players until how hard they tried. South Africa. Congratulations to them. But we'll put tonight's game behind us, and we'll start thinking about next Friday. But the family are important, and it's been brilliant that they've been here. As Alun Wyn said, the support we've had from Wales has been outstanding. We've loved our time in Japan, and the hospitality has been incredible. So, I think it's important that you're humble in terms of, I thought South Africa did well tonight, and they deserve to win the game. And I need to take, as a coach, you take that on the chin, and you're disappointed, but it's important that you recognise when another team's played well and in a close game, and put that behind you and start thinking forward.
CA 社の松瀬と言います。キャプテンお願いします。試合が終わって最後4つの方向にお辞儀をされました。あの時はどんなお気持ちだったのか、そしてまだ3位決定戦がありますけど、この日本でのワールドカップというのはアランさんにとってどういう大会だったでしょうか。
Well, yeah, we centre field after every game. We've bowed to the four stands. We started it in Kitakushu because it's not often you have a training session with 15,000 in attendance, and I think when we first came over here and we had that training session, we realised the desire the Japanese people had and the welcome that they'd given us. So we wanted to display our thanks, and we have done in that training session and after each game, and particularly with the loss that came after the typhoon, the fortitude of the Japanese people and to maintain and put on such an event is very special for players and the people of those nations. So it's just a simple way to show the gratitude and what it means to a lot of players that strive for their careers and dreamt about being a part of this. So it's a huge thank you to the Japanese people.
So we have time for two more questions, here and here.
Warren, you've had a fair few injuries over the last months, weeks, and a couple more tonight, it seems. How much do you think that affected your ability to compete right at the end today?
Oh, there's no doubt we've had. You're going to pick up injuries along the way. We picked up a couple tonight, but no, there's no excuse about that. I mean, we just got to. That's part of the game. It's part of sport, and we're not using that as anything. I mean, it wasn't just a squad of 23; it was a squad of 31, and we kept re-emphasising that to everybody. And you don't like to see any player get injured, but you've got to have that trust and faith in the people that you're selected in the whole 31 that they can do a job for you. So. We'll look closely over the next couple of days in terms of how the players pull up for this and the game against the All Blacks as well, and whether we need to make a few changes and give some players a rest because it's only a 5-day turnaround, so it's a pretty big challenge as well. So you're playing the All Blacks and they're probably hurting as much as we are at the moment as well. So. It's a tough game to play, that third and fourth playoff, but you've got to go out there and give it the respect that it deserves and go out there and do the best you can to try and win it.
Just further to that, Warren, will you call anybody else up, and what will it be like for your final game to be against the All Blacks before you leave Wales after 12 years in charge?
Yeah. We'll just assess the players. Thomas Francis' shoulder doesn't look brilliant, so we'll look at the squad and the depth we've got in the squad, and who we might need out here. It's a long way to come to just be standing and holding bags in a training session for a couple of days. So we'll have those discussions in the next couple of days. So yeah, for me, look, it's my last game in charge of Wales against the All Blacks will be. Hugely monumental. I mean, as a coach, apart from being with the Lions, it's the only team I haven't beaten with Wales, so it would be nice to be able to achieve that. And then to look with some excitement about the challenges ahead for me and going back, coaching back in New Zealand with the Chiefs, and then back to the Lions for 12 months or so, and try and have some revenge on tonight's game against South Africa. So we weren't able to do it tonight, but maybe in a couple of years with the Lions we'll be able to do that.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Cheers. Thank you.